Astro Command, please protect the program. Good evening, everybody. This is the Encounters show. Here late night, it's almost 11 o'clock. Another edition of Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome to the show. Tommy Taylor, everybody, Jazz, me. Hey, Tim, good to see you. Johnny of the Third Kind, good to see you. And we're just hanging out with April for a little bit. And we're here live tonight. Saturday night is Astro Command Q&A with April, myself, and the Astro Command. Saturday night. Tonight is Thursday night. It's almost the weekend. It's such a beautiful thing. Marie, good to see you. Hey, Hetty, good to see you. Good evening. Ride, welcome. Michael, everybody coming in here from all over the world. We're on this morning for a while, and I have one more show I have to add to my YouTube channel. If you've missed any of our shows, hey, Christelle. If you've missed any, hey, Paula R. If you've missed any of our shows, they're on my Astro Command Spaceship News channel on YouTube. You can watch all the past shows there. A lot of great shows from weeks and weeks and weeks into, since last year that you can actually watch. So we appreciate that. And we're going to set our goals up for tonight. Hey, Darlene, Janelle, good to see you. I know you're not ready yet, but when you're ready, you know, the commander is always very gentle about that. Hey, Arizona, good to see you. Aries Fire, 7. Good to see you, brother. Brim, good to see you. And we're going to set our goals here tonight. And also, if you go to my Venmo Cash App, I would appreciate people starting to use the Cash App. Hey, thank you for the gift. My Cash App is on Venmo on my main page where you'll see my YouTube link, my Venmo link to do a donation of $5 or $10. That's always a good thing. The show here is one of the top spiritual UFO shows on social media. For new people who are watching the show, I am, hey Melody, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate your gift. I am the host of WESU's Cosmic Eye Astro Command radio show for over 21 years. Hey Kit Kat, good to see you. And I'm also a contactee. I'm also totally activated. I don't go to websites for information. I don't listen to channels around the world to tell me on Facebook what's going to happen every year. I have all the information I need to know, and I keep my line of communications clear with the Astro Command directly. April, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate it. So I'm fully activated. I've been totally activated the last few weeks, and my father, Robar, did something, I guess, that activated me to do some things, and I'm able to now to help people not just with their abduction problems or with how to remember how to make contact with their star family. I did that with one person already, or maybe one or two people, and I can't wait to see when they come back in a few weeks telling me they finally made contact with their star family. That's going to be a beautiful thing. So there's a lot of things going on here, you know. And Saturday night, we'll have April on here, but I want to bring Johnny, Kit Kat, and Chesno on here. I want you to meet all of the 5, not just me, Kit Kat, Johnny, Chesno, with April. We're the 5 that are going to be going together on the spaceship in a couple of months. So if you've not heard the story, it's a beautiful story, and I want to have all 5 of us Saturday night on together. So I'm going to bring everybody on of the 5, including April, Johnny, Kit Kat, and Chesno, and myself will be on together. You're going to get to meet each of the 5 in the region here. You saw Karen Nichols said, I saw 2 UFOs tonight. So excited. We'll have to talk about that, Karen, when we start taking interviews here. We'll love to hear your story. So it's a lot of stuff to be excited about. So many things are shifting and changing. And it's good to see that, you know, that the weekend's almost here. You know, it's just a really good thing. And it's just good to see everybody here. I'm in a state of consciousness right now where everything is just awesome. Just, you know, it's just what we're going through right now. No matter what we're going through, what we're looking forward to is so much more beautiful than what we've actually ever seen in our lives. Stumps, thank you for the share. And of course, I got apple cider, which you cannot see, but I do have it. And if you've been watching our show, we've been doing some morning shows during the day. So we're trying to, we've reached out to the morning people that are not up at night. Exactly, Johnny. These are exciting times to be alive. Johnny is one of our 5 that's going on the ship. Kit Kat's here. Kit Kat's the other one of the 5. And then Chesno, who's not on right now, I don't think. He's also one of the 5. And we're all going to be, and I think by next year, and we don't have any idea when they're going to do this, but we are going to be taken off planet. And I think we're all going to be on the ship together. And we'll be in spacesuits of some sort. Karen, we're glad that you're able to come here and tell us. That'll be beautiful. Hey, Kyra's greatest mom ever. Thank you for the share. We appreciate it, Kyra. You found us in the past week. Well, you are definitely beautiful for finding us. And actually, I'm going to follow you as host of the show. I'm now following you, Karen. Follow me back. I'm following you. We're going to get you on here in a little bit. And you'll be able to tell our audience about your story. So what we do here is we have information. We share a lot of information, as you all know. But we also have people that are having experiences, like Karen. Tonight she saw 2 UFOs. This is the way the show works. We get a lot of good information from people. And, we have people that are on the inside of NASA and other things that come forward and want to tell the truth. And we've got disclosure going on here. We bust the matrix every night. And we're here to really bust the matrix. So we're glad to have everybody with us here. And definitely, we have a lot of energy tonight. The other night, I was really being taken out. I finally got through the 2 hours, and I was like, okay, I'm going out of body. So it's about 10:58 in the evening on Encounters. Welcome to the show, Billy. Everybody coming in. We're not alone. I like that. We're not alone. And if anybody's had any visitations with star people, encounters that are happening, if you've had interactions with Bigfoot or Sasquatch, hi, Monica. Good to see you. We'd like to hear your story. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No cursing, no vaping, no smoking, no drugs or any of that stuff. And no paranormal discussion. Hey, David. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Sylvia, welcome. Sweet Muffins, welcome to the show. Debbie, Place 52, Hand 90, 1962. Mary for Peace, welcome. Sharon. Ziggy, welcome to the show. Joseph, welcome to our show Encounters. And it's good to see all these people coming in here. So, Southern Cal, welcome. Raina, welcome to the show. Nina, welcome to the show. Bewildered. Kim, 820822, welcome. Miker, AK, good to see you, AK. Thank you for the share. Everyone coming in here, welcome to the show. All I can say is, hey, Jules Z, good to see you. Christy, and everyone, BV. I see all these new names coming in here. Linda, good to have you, Linda, with us. Mahansuk. I'm going to bring Mahansuk up here, too. Mahansuk. My good friend and contactee down there in Arkansas, Mahansuk. Brother, good to see you. He does the gong therapy. I'm bringing Mahansuk up here. He's a good friend of mine. Let me go and see Mahansuk. Where are you, Mahansuk? Good evening. We'll find Mahansuk here somewhere. Moses, Kristen, welcome to the show. Here's Mahansuk. I had to just press the invite button to Mahansuk to join me for a few minutes if he wishes to. Wendy M., good to see you. Anthony Wayne Gibbs, thank you so much. Good to have everyone coming in here. Hey, Virginia fan, hello, good evening. Good evening. Jennifer, thank you for the team bracelet. We appreciate it. And feel free, folks, if you have TikTok coins built up in your wealth of TikTok bank coins, feel free to send me any kind of gifts you want. That'll help what we're doing here. We appreciate it. Azul, good evening. Pillar, Goldman, good evening. Let's see someone had a comment here. Karen says, I am on the line of Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma line. It's called the Cornerstone. Yes, that's interesting. Jackie, thank you for the gift. We're just getting started here, folks. We're just getting started. And we're glad to have everybody here. Thank you, Karen, for the roses. We certainly appreciate that very much. Amy Catville. Oh, Virginia, you're very welcome. We're glad to have you with us. We always welcome people on our show because we do a show. We always welcome everybody. Even if I don't acknowledge everybody, you are welcome to be here because this is a show. We have plenty of room in the studio. There are seats all over the planet. Get a couch, a futon, whatever it is. Meditation Mystic, Marvin, Qatar, Mystic. So we welcome everybody. We embrace everybody. I'm the kind of talk show host that really cares about my audience. And unlike other ones that are just doing it for the ratings, I do what I do because it's a mission that has to be completed. Ever watched the Y-Files? No, I don't think I have, Jesper. I think it's Jesper. Christelle Tahar. Whenever I get that hat with the mustache, I have to say Tahar, which is actually something from off planet. There's a whole story behind Tahar. And one night we'll get into the Tahar story. But it's a beautiful story. Kyra, how can I make contact and remember? Well, Kyra, your lucky day is that I will help you do that tonight. Meaning I will help activate your memory to actually be able to make contact with your star family. At some point tonight, Kyra, I'll bring you on here and we'll show you how to do that. If you'd like to come on, I'll show you how to do it. Hey, David, good to see you. And we're going to definitely get into some interviews tonight. I know there's going to be people that have stories to tell. I think the first person, because I promised her to come on here. Do we have Space Marines? If you mean like U.S. Marines, no, there's no Space Marines, if that's what you're referring to. Thank you, Jackie, for subscribing. We appreciate that so much. T. Jesuit, thank you for the follow. Baby boy, welcome to the show. Good to see you all coming in here. Pamela, Terry, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa. Pink Justice 11, welcome, Pink. Diva Deb, that's a good name. Kathy, good to see you. Anthony Wayne Gibbs. I'm shy, Anthony. I'm S. Hey, Geraldine, we're doing well. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, Encounters. Nope, I've not heard of that book. Jenny, welcome, Jenny. User 11, Peaceful. Thank you for the heart puff. I appreciate that. And we're just getting started, folks. We haven't even begun to do what we're going to do. Peaceful G, welcome. Tahar Bonnie. See, so whenever I get that hat, I have to say the word Tahar. It's just something I have to do. If I don't do it, then I'm not doing it right. I appreciate the hat and the mustache. I am so grateful to have my family. Karen, you're in good shape. Are they going to attack? Thank you. Can you explain what you mean? Are they going to attack? Who's going to attack? Oh, Kyra, I saw a huge UFO in Northern California. I'm going to follow you too. You're going to be a guest on our show tonight if you want to. We're going to talk about your 2015 encounter, but I'll get Karen Nichols first. Then Kyra, if you want to come on, you certainly can tell your story about Northern California and 2015. This is what I love about my show. People can comments tell me that they had a sighting or they're being visited, and that's how I know who to have on the show as a guest. Again, if you're a guest on the show, make sure you're over 18, no kids on the show, no paranormal discussion, no drinking, no drugs, no drunks, no smoking, no vaping, no cursing, all that stuff, no paranormal discussion. I think I covered it all. Anyway. I'm just reading comments. Are we in a simulation, Peaceful? No, we are real people and no simulation whatsoever. The simulation thing that people have been promoting on the internet is nothing but a lie. We're not in any simulation. Every planet, every solar system, every galaxy is created by the Creator, and there is no simulation whatsoever. So you can feel safe that you're talking and living in a real, livable planet, and there are many other planets and solar systems and galaxies, but no simulation. I love the people on the internet over the years who try to push that simulation stuff. It's just not true. I'm glad you asked it. I'm very glad you asked that, Peaceful. Now you can be at total peace, knowing that we're not in simulation. NFT, Drop Zone, good to see you, only the most. Sun Cloud Vintage, welcome to the show. Timothy Williams, good to have you with us. Buck, I hear it a lot. Yeah, it's all based on lies. The people that are promoting that are totally in a reality that's not real. Frank Rizzo, good to see you. Renee Duckin, good to see you. J413, welcome to the show. All the new people, K-Dog. Val Garcia Vale, welcome. Okay, you're the king of Rhodesia, and I'm the king of SpongeBob SquarePants. How's that? Yes. I think the king of Rhodesia is going to be the king of no Rhodesia in a minute. Bye-bye, king of Rhodesia. The king of Rhodesia is now gone. He went bye-bye. The commander took the king of Rhodesia off. Now, if he is really a king, he would never come on TikTok and come on here and say, I'm the king of Rhodesia, right? He did. But he didn't know he was dealing with the host of the show, the commander, you see. We get all kinds of people in here, folks, sometimes. Like I'm the king of Donut World, if there was such a place. Not that I don't like donuts, I do. Sin, welcome. Foxglove Fairies, welcome to the show. And it's good to see everybody here. So I'm going to start doing some interviews. Sharon, good to see you. Okay, Karen Nicole is going to be my first guest. Tracy says, I've seen UFOs. And we're going to be doing interviews tonight, so stick around, Tracy. We might want to bring you up here. I got to start from scratch. Karen Nicole, where are you? I'm going to go back to Karen. Let's see. I'll find her somewhere in here. Here she is. Karen, I am bringing you up. I'm also making sure my screen, if it goes dark, I might have to move my camera. I just hope it doesn't do what it does sometimes. So we're going to try to see if this works. Let me see here. I'll bring it into the light more. Okay, let's try this out and see if we get Karen on here. Karen Nicole. Just send Karen a guest request. Karen Nicole, your guest request to you. Oh, Tracy, we'll have you on next time. We're on usually nightly at 11. Saturday night is our big night, Ashtar Command Spaceship News with April, myself, and we're going to have our 5 total people that are going off planet. Hey, Mary and Ray, good to see you. Where is Nicole? Is she there? The only thing I've seen in 6 stars dancing around in the sky, it was only once when I was a teen. Interesting. But that was something. At least you saw something, which is, more than some people. Jennifer, thank you for the roses. We certainly appreciate that. Okay, so who are we going to get up here? Let me see. I guess we'll start with, okay, so Kyra, I'll bring her up. I don't know what happened to Karen. We'll bring you up to tell your story about me. See, I knew this was going to happen. It's up to the camera here. I don't know why it does that, but thank goodness. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Good. Well, you're on the number one.
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
We're doing good. And you're on the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. So we're glad to have you with us. So in 2015, tell us about what happened.
So it was a full moon. It was in El Dorado National Forest in Northern California. I was at a rainbow gathering. You know, the hippie gatherings in the woods that they have every year?
Yeah.
But it was a regional gathering. So it was small. There were about 60, 70 people. And they they put the gathering in the forest so that it's kind of hard to get to, so it's deep in there. But there's still forest roads. So we had our fire. It was a small gathering, so there was only one kitchen. And we had our fire on like an old forest road. So you were able to see the sky. There was a tree line on both sides of us, but you were able to see the sky clearly because it was an old forest road. So we were sitting there and they were having like, for fun, a talent show. And people playing music and acting, so on and so forth. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, just like you see, and I'm not into science fiction. I've never been into Star Wars or any of that. So I'm not someone that was wanting this experience at all.
Right.
And out of nowhere, you heard like a hum. It wasn't as loud as you would think because the object was so big. It was right at the top of the trees. And California trees are pretty tall. So it was up there, but it was right at the top of the trees and it went right by us. And I just looked up like, holy blank.
Yeah.
What? And it was round and it had colored lights, just as you would think it would look.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking around me and no one around me is like going, oh my God, look what we just saw.
Right.
There was no reaction from anyone. So then about 3 minutes later, it flew by again, but in front of it was a triangular shaped aircraft.
Really?
Like a stealth fighter. Like it looked like more like a government object than a UFO. It didn't look like a UFO. It looked completely different. But I brought it up to someone and he told me, oh yeah, you don't know about that? They fly 2 inches from each other. That's a stealth fighter. And I said, no, I know nothing about it. One person knew about these UFOs that I spoke to, and that was it.
Now, what about the colorful one? Was that were you getting a different vibe from that one versus this one that was triangular?
Well, the triangular one came with the round one the second time.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it was in front of it. But oh yeah, it was a different vibe. When I saw I couldn't believe it. I was like, what, are you kidding me?
What about the colorful one, though? That's what gets me. The other one was multicolored. Yeah. What were you getting from that one? What's the feeling that you were getting when you were looking at it?
It was a beautiful vibe. It was a beautiful vibe. It was all different colored lights, and it was silver, and it looked just like in your picture behind you. That's what it looked like. So it looked like how you think it would look.
Yeah. So the other one could have been ours, which is government-operated reverse engineer technology. The other one... sounds like it was not ours. Like they were following each other.
Right.
Like it was.
Right.
Like the other
it was definitely a UFO.
The government object was following the one that was not ours. The one that was colorful wasn't ours. But it was they're following this other object really closely, but they're using reverse engineer technology, which we have, to follow some of these non-terrestrial spaceships.
Right. Like they knew, like they were in cahoots with them. You know, it was like they were in cahoots with them because they were flying together. Initially, it flew by itself and it just went, and it was like right there. I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I was thinking about all the people that are fanatics that would be so into seeing this. Yeah. How, like, why am I seeing this? But it was trippy. Someone's saying in the comments the TR-3B triangle ships.
Yeah. Now the one that was not a triangle ship, did it look like it had any separations in its structure, or was it like a solid craft? Meaning there wasn't any like lines like it would have been constructed.
No, like welding lines. No.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just round. It was just completely round. And then it had the lights. Okay. I just remember that and the lights.
Yeah, this is a difficult one because I think one thing is the government, which is definitely
it was trippy, and it was a full moon.
TRV-3. The other one sounds to me like, hey, Jordan, that it is not one of ours. Like it's extraterrestrial. You said it was round, multicolored.
Yeah, it definitely was a spaceship.
It sounds like there's two different energies going on here. That's what I'm getting. It's kind of weird that they're both together. Like they're not physically together. One's following the other one, though, right?
Yes, the black one was ahead of the other one.
Yeah. Interesting.
It was leading the other one, like as if it was leading it somewhere.
Hmm.
Like it caught
So
it.
the
In other
black.
words, like either there were two of them or it was one that came by twice. The UFO.
So the triangular one was leading the colorful one with it.
Yes.
Okay, and so now originally the multicolored one was by itself.
Yes.
Okay, so something happened in between that time where the government craft, which is a reverse engineered spaceship, was somehow connected and found the other one. And who knows what was going on with all that stuff. You know, that's a very weird story, but true story that you're telling. I've never heard of that before.
The funny thing was when I had like a year later, I Googled it or YouTubed it, and there were videos on YouTube. And then when I went to look again, they were taken down.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably the
was-
government told
because
them
I
to take
said-
it down. Are you still there? Hello? Kyra, are you still there? Can people hear me? Am I still here? This is really weird. Okay, good. Kyra, oh wow. Okay, weird stuff is happening. Weird stuff is happening. She just disappeared. She's gone. But we will have disclosure. Karen Nicole, we're trying to bring you up unless something other weird stuff happens. You see, folks, because we're telling the truth, it could be her phone, yeah. I want to be logical about this. It could be her phone. Maybe it's her phone. Now we're going to start speculating into what happened to her. I love it. I don't want to go too crazy on speculations here. The battery could have went dead. You know? But it was kind of weird the way she just disappeared. No, she didn't feel insulted. She was getting into telling the story and how the government took the YouTube took it down. I don't even know where she is anymore. You know, let's not get too let's not let our imaginations go crazy here on this. You know, things do happen here. Sometimes it's logical conclusions that might be a battery. So it's probably her battery. She was saying classified information. Well, it was on YouTube originally, and then it was publicly on YouTube for a while, I guess, and they took it down. So it was public. So this is going to be an interesting night. I already got the feeling this is going to be a crazy night here on the show. I have no idea what's going to happen. The show is very spontaneous. So if you think it's all pre-planned or whatever, it never is on Encounters. I'm going to try to get Nicole up here. Maybe she'll be allowed to tell her story if I can get her up here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Kyra's here. Kyra said, I just saw her making a comment somewhere. Where is she? Sean, okay, Kyra's right here. I'm going to bring Kyra back up. Kyra's good. Unless her phone had lost a lot of power. She's good. I don't know what happened.
I'm here.
Kyra, what happened to your, you went, like there was silence and all of a sudden you were like dropped. Did you turn your thing off?
I have 100% Wi-Fi. I'm sitting a foot from the Wi-Fi, so there's no way that I could have gotten disconnected from the Wi-Fi. I was getting your Wi-Fi signal is low. I've never had that ever. I'm like, what?
that's really weird. So you definitely disappeared. And on my show, I've had weird things happen with guests. So I didn't want to go crazy speculating. So I'm glad you're back. So you were talking about the thing that was taken down from YouTube. Let's continue on this whole thing and let you finish your story, because your story is a very interesting story.
Well, that's it. That's
Well, there
basically,
you
it was
go.
the end of the
Oh,
story,
good.
actually.
That was the end of the story. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I saw
evidently,
it, and I was like, this is the weirdest thing. But I felt that it was nice to know that there are other beings in our world, not just who we see. There's
yeah,
other things
absolutely.
around us, and to
Absolutely.
respect the woods,
Yeah,
because
absolutely. The woods,
it came in the woods. They don't come to cities. You're not going to see one in a city.
no, no,
I'm
they
from New
definitely,
York, but I live in California, and you got to
yeah,
respect the woods. And the fact that I saw it in the woods during a full
yeah,
moon,
yeah,
during a gathering a gathering of peace with loving people, the
yeah,
energy was so high and beautiful, and we were all like singing and dancing. So the energy, I think I had been doing yoga before that, like for an hour. I was
yeah,
like, before I sit with all these people, I want my energy to be up. So let me do some yoga.
yeah.
And conscious being with people with a higher level of consciousness. And
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't believe what I saw. It was beautiful. It opened my eyes
Yeah.
to a lot of things. I said, them UFO people aren't crazy.
See, they aren't crazy. And then, you know what? When we look at 30 years ago, people involved in the subject were less believable. But the reason why my show is so popular, I've been on radio for 21 years on NPR Pacifica Radio in Connecticut. My show is called The Cosmic Eye, every Sunday, dedicated to the Astro Command, the Space Brothers and Sisters. So your story is great because 30 years later, we are the majority. The people that are out here now watching this show, you are the majority. The people that would think you're crazy, they're a very small minority now. They're outnumbered by people. And look, let's face it, as much as the Pentagon lies to the public about the existence of intelligent life in the universe, they have a UFO think tank group in the Pentagon. What does that tell you? It means that everybody's interested in the subject, and those that are still asleep are walking around saying, I don't think so. But they're just a minority. But so thank you for coming up here and sharing your story. I know our audience appreciates it. I do.
You're
And so
welcome.
there you go, right? So
Thank
I
you
am
for
following
having me,
you.
because it was fun to
Oh,
share.
my pleasure.
Because during everyday life, you can't bring this up. People will be like, what? But when it does come into conversation, people get a kick out of it. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm no BSer. You know what I mean? I'm a Brooklyn
Yeah, yeah,
girl.
yeah.
And
The
there's no
Brooklyn
reason
Girl,
for
yeah.
me to make up this story. I'm not into UFOs at all. I'm not into
Yeah.
space and exploration or any of that.
Right,
So for
right.
me to have seen it, and then for no one that was with me saw it, tripped me
Yeah,
out. I was like, how did you
yeah.
not
That
just
would
see
trip you
that?
out. Well,
So I
maybe it was
believe
only
that
for you.
not everyone could see them.
No, and maybe it was for you to see and not the others to see. Some of my
Yeah.
interviews have shown me that you could have 10 people in the same outdoor area and two people see it and the rest of the group doesn't see it at all. So it's probably meant for only the two people to see it.
Yeah, it's your level of consciousness, because
Right.
they're in a different level of energy than us. So
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
everyone's going to see the same thing.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for having me. Have a
All
great
right.
night.
Well, now I will voluntarily bring you down instead of it happening all by itself. Here we
Okay.
go. You're watching Encounters, and let me see here. Um, I am Malatani. I am the I am person. Can you tell me why you want to come up? I have somebody in my guest request area, but I need to know the storyline. Okay, so I need to know why a person wants to come up. So if you think in the comment sections, hey, Bad Chad, good to see you, brother. If in the comment sections, the person that wants to come up, you need to tell me a little bit about your background. Eugene says, government releases new video. They say the most common one they've seen in metal orbs. I'm just reading comments here. And usually, if someone's in my guest box, I won't bring them up unless I know why they want to come up. If you are, let's see, Nicole, you should be here. Let me see if Nicole's still here. Nicole, we'll try to bring Nicole up if she's still around here. You're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. I am CmdrAleon, the host of the show, so welcome. Star-Lord, you don't want to get abducted. Let me explain something, Star-Lord. There's a difference between being abducted and being a contactee. Abductions are negative. That's when they're forced and put on a table and they put implants in you and all that stuff. No, you don't want to be abducted. If you have anything, you want to learn to meditate and connect with what we call star people, star family, the positive ETs. The way to do that is, Star-Lord, to know the difference between what an abduction is and what a contactee experience is. They're very different. Son says, I have implants. Son, if you change your setting, Sunny Bond Sue, change your setting to public, and if we can get you up to 50 people, I'll interview you about your implants. So you need to go in and change your settings because it's set to private. You have 18 followers. We want to get you up to 50. You have 18 now. If we get up to 50, I can bring you on as a guest on audio here on Encounters. Yayo Freeman says, it's U.S., it's always been U.S. Oh, there are sightings all over the world, in South America, Central America, everywhere. Jordan Bell, thank you for the Mercat. I appreciate it. Oh, us, not USA? Us, not USA, okay. Bad chat. It's good to have you with us, man. I know you've been pretty busy, I suspected. You know, we all are doing different things, so that's cool. I believe it's us the whole time. Oh, you believe we? Are you saying, Yayo Freeman, that we are the extraterrestrials? Let me see here. So let me just say something. We are starseed, meaning that we come from the stars. So it's not necessarily us, but I'll put it this way. I came from Mars. Okay, Mars is a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants. I also am with the Ashtar Command from off planet, so I didn't come from here. I came here to have a human experience. I'll tell the story. So I have the human experience. As I got older, many things occurred. I had space visit. I had a visit or visitation visually when I was a kid with people that were from space that had light blue spacesuits on, men and women in a flying saucer type craft. So we're not in a sense them, or they are not us from the future. We are coming from space to have an Earth-based experience, and then we have the option as we wake up to make connections to our star family that come from many different planetary worlds beyond Earth. So I understand what you're saying, but I'm adding a little bit. Okay. Let me see here. And the person that's saying, I think it's Darwin. Darwin, what do you mean great deception? Darwin, what's a deception, Darwin? Darwin, I'll tell you what the deception is. It's your belief in anything 3D. Religion is a deception. Politics is a deception. The whole system on Earth is a big deception. TV channels are a deception. There's a lot of deceptions. But the one thing that is real is what we're talking about here. This is the truth. The deception is whatever you consider the deception. You need to re-navigate your belief systems on that whole thing. Because I'm going to bust your matrix. I'll tell you what a deception is. The government lying about the existence of intelligent life in the universe. That's a deception. NASA lying about intelligent life in the universe. That's a deception. Okay? I am amped up. So you want to talk about deception? We'll get into it. Maybe I'll teach you a few things about what the deceptions really are. We'll get into deception. Deception. Define what your deception is. Define what your deception is, brother. I'll tell you what deception is. We can't be deceived anymore. That's right, Giselle. The only people being deceived on this planet are people that are asleep, that are sheep, and that follow the 3D world. Yes, organized religion is a deception. If you're watching TV tonight and watching the DNC and all that stuff on the big screen or any of those things, earth-based politics, it's all deception. It's worthless. You know, the whole thing is worthless. Key Z, Commander, you guys are so desperate. Really, are we so desperate? Well, being the host of the show, I have no desperations but to just let you go. I just took that person right out. Are we getting the trolls tonight? Are they coming in here? Well, you know what? The good thing is they expose who they are, and then we can block them. So keep it up. You know, we'll take the 3D trolls that are asleep and we can block them. Jordan Bell, thank you for the singing mic. We appreciate it. You see, these trolls don't want to, you know, the one thing they don't know when they come to my show, they're dealing with the commander and my moderators. You see, we'll kick some blank out into space. I will sing tonight later on. You know, I should have a sticker that says, don't mess around with the commander on encounters. Just don't do it. But some of these people, they don't know what they're getting into anyway. If you're in pursuit of the cosmic truth, you need to watch Encounters. That's the truth. Absolutely, Albert. This show is all about encounters, UFO contact with peoples, visitations, abductions, crop circles, the inner Earth civilizations, our star family, star people, Ashtar Command. Tahar, Jordan Bell. Absolutely. That's what we do here. This is a real show, and I'm a real talk show host. But we love everybody. Well, Legendary, the reason why I'm seeing more spaceships around the planet is because we're going to be having contact pretty soon, and there's a lot of ships coming from all over the universe to planet Earth. To put it in a very simple response to the question, it's a great question. It's just a lot of the spaceships are coming from different planetary systems. We're going to be seeing a lot more of it. Well, Finesse Club, if you come from a different planet, you can breathe on that planet based on the oxygen content of your world. If you are wearing a spacesuit, without a spacesuit, you can look at Earth. We don't need a spacesuit to breathe on Earth. If you go to another planet, depending on the oxygen intake, you might be able to go to another planet and breathe without a spacesuit too. It depends on the level of oxygen. It's all based on the oxygen. The Anunnaki, they work with the Ashtar Command. They can be up to about 10 feet tall, the men and women of the Anunnaki. They're part of the Ashtar Command. They're part of the galactic groupings of light. And they're also going to be coming back with the Ashtar Command. They're part of it to assist the planet when that time comes, what we call contact. Legendary One, please watch my pinned video. We'll take a look at it, Legendary. Yes, they come in peace. Albert says, seen my own UFO in the mountains of Bristol, Virginia when I was just 15 years old. Hey, Albert, maybe we can hear your story. Let's see if Albert will come up. Albert, we're going to invite you up. When you were 15, you saw a UFO in the mountains. I think our audience would like to hear your story. No, you have to be over 18. No smoking, no vaping, no drugs, no drinking, no cursing, no paranormal discussion, no kids on the show. And I think that covers everything. So we send invites out. If you feel comfortable coming up, by all means, join us. No diving. No driving, you mean. And don't drive while you're coming on the show, because then you're not going to see anything other than the TikTok. Mm-hmm. I have to decline tonight. I'm in the dark, but definitely maybe another time. Yeah, my show's on at 11 o'clock nightly. Another time when you're able to be in the light, you can come on here and we'll have you on the show. You got a deal. Absolutely. Welcome everybody out there. Please follow me. If I want to get all 300 people, if you're not following me out there, please follow my TikTok here. And also please like. We're at 36.3. By midnight, by 1 o'clock in the morning, we want to be at least 100,000. Lynn948. Hey, Lynn, thank you for the roses. Thank you. We appreciate that. Of course, we appreciate everybody here on Encounters. So there you go, right? You'll never find another talk show host as nice as the Commander, the way we embrace everybody in our audience. We know you're out there. We embrace all of you. I get you to 100K. Don't worry. Okay, Mish Mish. I'm sure you will. For all 317 of you here, welcome to the show. Hang out. Relax. We have plenty of room here in the studio. There's a seat and all, you'll be able to watch me wherever you are in the same level of the screen as you can. There's no small screens here. You'll see my whole background and everything the way it is here. So welcome. Have a seat. Where are you going to go? Where do you have to go? I mean, I know people are scanning TikTok like crazy. Stop right here. I'll hypnotize you. Stop right here, and you can watch an actual show as opposed to a bunch of toys jumping up and down on a video on TikTok or something. Or somebody dressed up as SpongeBob or whatever. Who cares? Really. Yeah, get some popcorn out. Relax. Hey, Hope. Good to see you. And everybody, all 306 of you, you can start tapping. Even if you're not being interviewed, I would like to do some more interviews with people. But I will tell you in the meantime, between interviews, that, we definitely are crushing it here. We definitely are waking up the people on this planet. You know why? Because we're all here doing it right now. The one thing I love doing is waking people up who are not totally sure what's happening on the planet. They're feeling kind of weirded out with the changes happening here. Nikki, thank you for the roses. As you get to know me on this show, you're going to know that I just don't care. I'm just going to bust every matrix on this planet until this planet is liberated. Anna, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that very much. Time is near. You're right, Johnny. The time is near. And when we talk about this, as Johnny's saying, and we're going to talk about this Saturday night, the time is near that we're going to do something extraordinary. And we feel it every day now. And Chazzy McCharles, I think it is, said that you met a Zeta. Yeah, definitely, Nikki's right. I've seen UFOs on several occasions throughout my life. Within, we're going to follow you. Within, stick around. I think Alex, stick around. We're going to see who's this person that wants to come on here. Let's see who wants to come on here. Nikki. We're going to bring Nikki up. Nikki will be a guest on the show. This is the #1 spiritual talk show, Encounters. I'm Commander for the planet Mars, Astro Command contactee. Nikki, welcome to the show.
Hi, I've missed you.
Yeah, it's been a while. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I have been seeing the craziest orbs in the sky, and they are so vivid and so colorful, and they literally it shape shifts, and I see it every single night. And then I have a video of the orbs with little ships or something flying all in the air. And then guess what? Okay, so the sky is very staticky, like there's interdimensional beings or something. Because when I take pictures during the day, there's no static or anything. But when I take videos and pictures of the orbs at night, in the background, there's all these different color statics, and it's different every night. So I know it's like not my camera, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, sorry.
Now you videotaped it. Do you have the video?
Yeah, I have like, I've actually started posting like what happened when I first had my spiritual awakening, when I first started seeing those the orbs. And so I started posting videos of what caught my, because I started seeing like faces and animals. Like I saw a toad. Literally, I was driving into the toad, and it was like the sky was saying, "Hello, Nikki, look up at the sky." And so I started looking up at the sky, and then they were so huge when I first started seeing them. And I went back in my videos, and I'm like, you know, I'm going to start posting my story so people can see it and kind of know a timeline. Because I think I was gang stalked. And I have videos.
We have to be careful about that. But in terms
Are you not
of
allowed to say that word?
Yeah, we have to be very careful.
Okay. God,
But in terms of the encounter, can you play the video on here? Are you able to put the video on here?
I can. Sure. Let me set up my other iPad.
Set up your other iPad, and then turn your camera on, and we can see the video. So she's going to set up her iPad on the other thing she's got, and we'll see the video of the UFO stuff. Great, that'll be really good. You're watching Encounters. We have Nikki on our show, and we're going to see some video footage about, what she's got, and it'll be kind of cool to see that. We're glad to have everybody here. This is what I love about the show. People get to share their video footage on here from their experiences, and that's the most beautiful thing that we can have. It's always been that way for me, that people can actually come out and show their video footage here. If they got another iPad or something, they come on and they show us the video. So you have actual stuff that they have. And I can't wait to see the video myself. And you're watching Encounters while she's getting that set up. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. If you're not here, you're square. You don't want to be square, so you want to be
guys.
Here. You got to be square if you're not here, with the commander. So I know we have 366 people here. No, you have to turn the camera on.
Sorry.
Okay, there you go. Now she's going to show us this thing.
I'm going to start it over.
Okay. And kind of narrate for us what we're looking at when we get there.
So these are basic.
You might have to turn the light out just so that, because the reflection is coming through the screen.
Okay, babe. Hold on 1 second. I got to get Shane. Hold on. I'm sorry.
No problem. We'll see that the light reflection is kind of reflecting over the camera. I mean, her thing there. So we'll get to see it in a minute. And you're watching Encounters, and Nikki's our guest here on the show this evening.
Okay, I'm coming. Commander, hold on 1 second.
Okay, take your time.
So basically, this. So what I started seeing in the sky first.
Okay.
Were these? You see, look at that toad. Oh shoot.
Okay.
You see the faces? Look at that one. Can you? Okay. Well, anyway, that's what got me looking up at the sky. Then I started seeing these things.
Now, what are we looking at there?
These are the orbs. That's the orbs. These are the orbs.
You're seeing the orbs in the sky, correct?
Yeah, and they were so close to me. Look how big. And they were at first, that's what they looked like. They were the dot with the round on the edge. You see what I'm saying? Like, they were round and spinning like this. Here, let me pause it. Look.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of a ship.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And so, I kind of went into like can I say psychosis? Like a psychosis for a while, because I thought I was crazy, because I kept seeing them more and more, and they were communicating with me. And I would go outside and like flash the light or whatever.
Yeah.
I have like this light, and then let me see if I can pause. Let me see, and then this. Let's see. This is a rainbow feather cloud that was outside.
Oh,
my father's funeral.
Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. You can see it looks like a feather.
And it says love spelled backwards.
Wow.
That was when I first started really looking up at the sky too. So this is my orb. These are real pictures I took. I did not do anything with like the color. Do you see? Look at this.
Wow.
What is that? That's in my sky. I have energy.
Okay. Now, let's slow down on the pictures so people can see them. So right there, let's stop. That is in the sky?
Yes.
How high up do you think that is?
About 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet up?
I have a video of it, and you can see like how far it actually is.
Mm-hmm. And was it if it was really low? Do you think it was pretty big?
Yeah, it was pretty big. Look at it. That is literally it, and it looked like it had little ships coming out of it.
Interesting.
Yes, and then look at all this you can tell. Look, you see.
Now, when you were beyond the camera, when you were videotaped, when you were, taking pictures, well, what's the sky look like without the thing there? Was it blue? Was it dark? What was it?
Like this. I'm going to show you. Okay.
Look at the colors. There's like all this pulsating colors coming from that ship.
I see it every night now. And I know it's mine. I know it's there for me now. I know without a shadow of a doubt. I don't care who thinks I'm crazy. I don't care. I know in my heart and soul that this is my destiny in life. And it's to show people, that the reality that they're living in is not the real reality.
And so I have a question for you. I definitely know there's space people in that ship that you're seeing every night. Have you tried communicating with them through telepathy?
I sure have, and I've had I had a dream the other night, and I woke up screaming because I was taking my family's demons away from them. I swear to you, I swear to God. And I had prayed, and I was looking up in that thing, and I was like, "Come on, tell me what you are, please." And I really meant it. And I know what it is. To me, it's like a form of God, of like the creator.
Well, it's actually a spaceship. So you're looking at our light ships. The light ships have multicolor functional ships, and they can expand into big ships or to small lights like that. So now the deal is, if you want to communicate with the space people, I can show you how to do that tonight. And tell us about that. Now let's take a look at that. You're moving pretty quickly. These pictures.
Oh, that's the pictures. Yeah. So this is the orb, and I kind of messed around with the negative and the black point and all of that to bring out the dimensions of it. And this is what I got. So here is one picture. And then I'm going to pause on each one. There's another one. So it's basically showing the energy of it. And this is how close it was to me. I was able to zoom in that much on the orb. I was able to zoom in. That's how close it was. And this is
can you bring that picture close to the screen of your camera? Yeah, almost right there. Keep it there for a minute so people can see it. Let them see it. People are really saying, wow, I'm looking at the comments.
I'm going to do to the next picture, and I'll pause it. You see? That's the same thing. It's the same thing. I took pictures with my camera. I didn't even use my video. So what I think is happening, the stuff that I'm seeing is coming through my phone or something. I don't know, because
in a way,
just so bright and vivid.
Yeah, you have some really good documented photos here. The people saying amazing, very cool. Stop right there. Let's see that. Look at all
Oh,
the
I'm
colors.
so sorry. I don't. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a video, so I'll go back to
It's
the
a video. That's okay. That's okay.
And it looks like an egg there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm intrigued by all the colors. So all those colors that you're seeing on the video, is that the energy coming from the spaceship?
Yep. And they're those colors. And what I noticed, like when we started shifting, like to 5D or whatever, when our consciousness started shifting, the colors are like new colors. They're not like the basic, bold colors like from, the old days. They're like new colors that, I mean, are just popping up left and right in my life. I mean, my whole house is like a light show. See?
I gotcha. But people are noticing. Eugene just said, see how the colors are circling the craft. Well, the reason why the colors circle the craft, just so people know, the radiant energy from the ship, it's a vibrational pattern of energy. It's it's like going to have your aura, to someone who can see auras. It's like having a ship with different auras of color around it. So it has a beautiful, beautiful color. Look at the color on that one.
And look, and this was what I took with my camera. And then I blew it up and then took a picture of it, and I couldn't even blow it up all the way. Look, that's how close it was to me. If it was far away, I would not be able to do that,
Yeah,
it was so small.
Wow. Interesting.
Like it was smaller than the sun. And I'll take a picture of the sun and it'll be this big. Like how is, you know what I'm saying? Like how is this little orb this big? Like, I don't know. It's been really ramping up.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening up right now. The ships are coming in like every day. There's something happening with the ships.
This is literally, it looks like a sail, doesn't it? Like it's got an amoeba.
It's definitely, to me, it looks like a living ship. Now, a living ship is a vessel that has consciousness, and some of the more advanced spaceships do have a consciousness, which is pretty amazing, folks. For everyone watching the show, they're called living ships. Now, this might be close to what I would call a living ship, created through consciousness.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I mean, that is crazy looking. Just looking at it through like the thing. I mean, this is my life, and I've embraced it now. I went through, my isolation period, and now I know it's okay. Let's see. I got more.
Yeah.
And I document them like every single day. I actually made one get bigger with my mind. I was telling it to get bigger and it got huge. I'll show you that one. Because I haven't talked to you in a long time.
I know, it's been a while.
Well, I've been stacking up footage. Look, you see?
Wow.
And it's like 1,000 feet. It's like right there. Like, and it gets brighter and brighter when I go outside.
Look at the colors on it. It has all these multicolors. It's pretty fascinating.
It's beautiful. And people in my family, I had to stop talking to them because they don't understand what is actually what I'm going through, because they can't see these things.
So if you go outside, would there be a ship out there now?
Yeah.
Can you go outside and let us see the ship?
Sure, but this is like deja vu. Can you hold on a second? I always get on the live when I'm like literally in the bed. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I'm good. But yeah, I'll go out there. Hold on.
Okay, so folks, you're going to get Nikki going outside, and she's going to pinpoint the ship that's there every night. She's going to actually show us the ship live on the show. So sit back, relax, get some popcorn, have some tea, apple cider. If you're not watching this show, then you're missing a lot of stuff here, folks. If you're a TikTok person, come on in, relax. If you're curious, you're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show.
Here's Aspen.
And we'll give Nikki a few minutes to get it together. And she's our eyes. Her camera is going to be the eyes of what we see in the skies. Yep.
And I'm using my iPad, and so hopefully the camera is better.
Okay.
on your iPad.
Here we go.
So we
We're gonna
moved
go.
and they followed us.
Oh, good. And is it clear outside tonight where you are?
Hold on, I just saw it earlier and I made a video. There it is.
Okay.
Wait,
Can,
it's right there, but
she's going to bring it up to us in a minute.
how do I zoom in?
I don't know. With that thing, there should be a zoom lens on it where you can zoom in. Are you on an iPod? Oh, I mean,
On
not
an
an iPad. iPad. The iPad should be able to zoom in. I'm not sure how you do it, but if you point out where the light is, we'll be able to see it.
Okay. I'm pointing at it, but I can't see it through my iPad. I usually can see it better in my phone.
In your phone, you can see it better. I gotcha.
I mean, a little bit of it, Shane. Haha, this is just like the last time, but it's right there and it's blaring.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
I don't. Well, we could do this. We could do a little C5 thing here on the show. So if
Okay.
we focus on it, we'll do a little C5 thing here. Give me a minute to get prepared to do this. We can do a C5 thing and see if we can all put our thoughts together and see whether we can vector in that spaceship to come closer to where you are in the sky so we can all see it. So here's what we're going to do. We'll try to do a C5 here and see if we can help her get the ship closer. We have to all just let go of our mind and what we're thinking. And if we can all focus, I believe we can make this happen.
Sorry.
And it's okay. No need to be sorry. We'll see if we can make this happen. So I'm going to close my eyes here. Everybody else close their eyes right now. There's no rituals or anything. We're just going to see if we can make this happen.
I think that the thing on here, every time I go to Zoom.
Oh, I think she just turned herself off by accident. She'll be back. She'll be back. She just turned her iPad off. We'll get it back on. You're watching Encounters. We're going to try to do a C5 with her. I think she's back in the box there. Yeah, Nikki, she's come back. Here we go.
Okay. Hi. So.
Okay, we got you back.
Yeah, let me.
Do you want to use your phone instead? Is that a better thing for you?
I think so.
Yeah, let's go to your phone.
Okay,
I'll switch. We're gonna have you switch to. We'll have you switch to your phone, and if that's the one that gets the better zoom on it, then we'll use that too.
Okay. So I will call you right back. I'll be right back.
You'll be right here. So Nikki will be coming back on her phone. She's going to go back outside on Encounters, and we're going to try to do a C5 and see if that spaceship will come back. So what C5 is when it's contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. So what we're going to try to do here is put our consciousness, all of us, hundreds of us here, focus on the spaceship when she comes on live and see if we can get it to come closer to her camera in the screen in space where it is in the atmosphere so that we can actually see it. And she's been documenting these things where she is. And I am drinking apple cider. Thank you for the shares, the likes, everything. We have a couple. Thank you for the roses. Please show your support for Encounters by doing a gift of some sort. I like to see whales. I like to see those lights that go across the screen. The whales I like a lot. That go and splash across the screen. So we're going to bring her back on here. And now we bring Nikki on her phone. Are you there, Nikki? All right, now she's on the phone, which has a better camera. MJ says, "Why would you want to bring them closer? Because she knows who she's in. Because she knows the space people she's in contact with. We want to get the ship closer. I try to avoid seeing them. Well, again, you have to know what you're trying to see. If you're avoiding seeing negative ETs, that's one thing, but you can't avoid all extraterrestrial intelligence because not all extraterrestrial intelligence is out there to get you, so to speak, MJ. Let's see here. So we're going to bring Nikki back on here when she gets outside. Hey, Kimberly, good to see you.
Okay, I think I'm on it. Gosh. Listen, I keep trying to zoom in because is it being invisible?
I do see something there. Keep it steady. I think, does anybody see anything in the sky there? I see it. Yeah, there's a dot. It's like you're definitely it's there. I can see it.
Yeah, it's really bright here, but the
Yep.
camera's not like that great on the lives. So
Yeah, don't move it. I see it like moving around. It's got like a fluorescent. It's got a round, bright, kind of faint color to it. It's right there. It's a little dot of light.
yeah, but it's huge here. I mean, it's like a big orb. It's like a big ball of light here. I guess.
You know what you need to do? You gotta get one of those attachments. It zooms in the picture. You can buy them at a good, a place that sells stuff for cell phones, or like they have like it's called a magnifier. It'll bring it in closer, and you can amplify the visuals through one of those things. They're not expensive.
You see, there's nothing else in the sky.
Yeah.
And then there's my friend right there.
Oh yeah, there it is. Don't move. There's the light. See it? Here, I want to do an experiment here. Keep that thing there. We're going to close our eyes, everybody. We're going to do an experiment. There's the ship that she's talking about. We're going to do an experiment. Okay, so I want everyone to clear their minds. We're going to close our eyes here and do an experiment with the commander. I'm a C5 activist. I know how to do C5, and we're going to show you how to do it the right way here. You're going to learn something. So what you're going to do is close your eyes, everybody. We're going to clear our minds of all our thoughts. It has to be cleared. We have to have 100% cooperation to make this happen. Okay? 100%. As that light is there, that ship is there, we're going to close our eyes, and what I'm going to say after me is, the ship that is in the sky above Nikki's location in the sky, we ask that you come closer. We're on a live broadcast here. We ask that you bring the ship closer, or at least get brighter. Can you get brighter so that everybody here who's watching this can see you?
I think
Can you get your ship?
Sorry. I
Hold
think
on.
it's leaking.
Can you get brighter? Can you get brighter? Please come closer, a little bit closer into the atmosphere where her camera is so we can see you. Now, if we all focus on this, we can potentially have interaction with this particular craft that she's recording. Can you get brighter? Let's see what happens here. Let's see if it gets brighter or does something. Can you get brighter? Brighter? Like a flash of light or brighter?
Yes, will you please just flash, please?
It's right in the center of the screen, and you're going to see it right there. Yeah, it's definitely pulsating.
Please get brighter. Come on, so I can show everybody what I see every night.
Yeah, this is not a satellite. This is completely different. Oh, yeah, look, it's getting brighter. Get brighter, please. Get brighter. Look at that. Can you get brighter, please?
Please get brighter for me. Please.
See how the light's now shining brighter? It looks like it's getting brighter. Get brighter, please. Get brighter. Look at that. Look at that. It's really getting well defined, too. Can you get brighter for everybody, please? Everybody wants to see your ship brighter. We want to have communications with you. Please get brighter.
Did you see it flash?
Yeah, I see it's getting brighter, too.
I have
Get
retinopathy, so
mm-hmm.
to me, oh shoot, to me, I can't really.
You just okay. Just keep look at it. It's getting really bright now. Look, it's coming. Look at how bright it's getting. We see it.
Yay! Thank you.
We are all seeing it get brighter.
Yeah, look.
It knows we're communicating with. I'm going to close my eyes here. Look how bright it's getting. If you're not watching this right now, folks, you're missing something.
It's flashing.
Yeah, Kay, it's right there, Kay. It's right in the center of the screen. Let me close my eyes. Everybody close your eyes for a minute. I want everyone to focus their consciousness on the spaceship. Everyone's focused consciousness. I want everybody to be telepathic and send a communications of, we see you. Can you come in brighter on the screen on her phone? Can you come in brighter? Can you come in brighter, please? Jordan says, turn up your brightness. You will see it. Jordan, you tell people on their phones to turn up their brightness and they'll see it. It's still there. It's right in the middle of the screen. I can't really point it out to you, but it's right, it's on her screen right there. It's like,
yeah, you'll see it. It's like, right there it is. See?
And it's getting definitely a little bit brighter.
Can't tell.
No, it's not moving. She's moving her camera. She's holding her camera.
There it is.
But
it's pulsating.
There it is, right in the middle. See it?
But because I can't zoom in, like I would probably get a great video of this. Like,
you know what you do? There's a thing you can attach to your camera. I have one of them. You attach it to the camera, and it'll make the camera. You can actually zoom in anything that you're looking at in space. It will bring in the thing bigger.
Oh my God, I definitely have to get one because
they probably sell them at a good camera store. If you go bring to like a camera store somewhere, then for a cell phone, they have these little things that you can attach to it.
Can you zoom in and look at the sky around it too and see all the different particles or whatever it is?
Yeah. No, Jones versus Commonwealth. It's not the state police or federal Jones. She has documented encounters with the spaceship for quite a while.
Yeah, since 2021. Hold on, let me see.
And you can see the dot. It's like right there,
Yeah, you can see it through the cloud. See? You see it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm seeing it. I'm the host of the show. I definitely see it. And if I see it and you don't see it, I'll point it out to those that don't see it.
There it is. See? You see? Yeah, there it is.
Someone's saying that if you use your iPad, does your iPad have a zoom thing on it where you can zoom in? But with the iPad, you had trouble seeing it, correct?
Yeah, because it wouldn't zoom in just like my phone wouldn't. I remember when I did a live by myself.
Yeah.
Look, hi. You see it?
It's right in the middle of the screen. It's a very light white dot.
Can you zoom in on it? Like on your screen?
On my screen, let me see here. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna see if I can bring it in bigger. Hold on. No, what I did now is not going to help any. Well, I have you on the big screen here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it.
Yeah, it's right there. But see, it literally, yeah, you see it?
Someone says, let's see here, open Dave says, open the camera app on the iPad and zoom in and stick it in front of her phone.
Oh, wow. That is like an amazing idea. Okay, hold on.
Okay, hold on. Now she'll be able to do this. This is going to be interesting. And this is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. And we're having a wonderful night here of CE5 with Nikki showing her spaceship. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it.
Okay, so let me get a chair.
And we'll be right back while she's getting a chair. So you're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. I am CmdrAleon. Our guest is Nikki, and we're going to see a spaceship.
Okay, I'm going to set this down for 1 second, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So somehow.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know it takes me forever.
No, hey, look, this is live stuff, so it takes time to get it the way you want it to.
Yeah, because I kind of have to. You know what? Oh, it's like right. Okay, hold on.
Jackie, let's see here. Globe Earth, welcome. She's not looking at a star. She's been documenting this thing for how long now?
Since 2021.
Oh, good.
It's not a star. Like, I swear it's not a star. Swear to God.
No, you know what you're looking at. Somebody just made a comment, and they have no idea what's going on.
Okay. So, I have it on video, but I gotta hold it with one hand somehow. So, I would get Shane, but he's gotta work, so. Okay.
Thank you, Star Girl.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to hold this up, but. Do you see it? Let's see. Hold on.
I'm seeing reflections of your home.
Of my. Okay. Well, let me go turn the light out. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not like a producer. I don't. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, there it is. And it is flashing. So. Okay.
How you doing over there?
You see it? Oh, shoot.
You don't have your camera on. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the. You're zooming in with the other one.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to hold because I have like frozen shoulder or something.
You need to get a tripod.
I do have one for my phone.
Yeah, you can use the tripod, and then you don't have to hold the phone, and then you can hold the other thing. Now I don't see the other light that was in the sky.
Yeah, I know, because I took it off for a second. This is like hard. If Shane was here, then that would be better, but I'm sorry if y'all get mad at me. There it is. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see it without reflecting from my
Yeah, with the
phone.
reflection, it's not. Don't worry about it for tonight. We'll have to do this another, because that's definitely not helping.
Okay. Let's try it one more time in the dark.
Yeah,
Because it's
there it is. There it is. See it? There it is. It's right there in the middle of the screen. I see it. Yep, it's right there.
Can you still see it?
Yeah, I see it. It's getting brighter. It looks like it's pretty bright now. Someone says it's two lights they see. Everyone's saying they're seeing it now.
Can you see it flash?
And after Nikki, we have 4 guest requests. So we have 4 more people on the line to come on live here with us.
Okay, well, I can let you go.
All right, we'll do that for now. We'll come back to this, but I appreciate you showing us the light. And as you document more stuff, we'll definitely look at it. And I appreciate Nikki very much for being here. Let me try to bring my
Okay, well, I
up.
love everybody, and I'll stop by again.
Yeah, let me get the screen kind of figured out here. Hold on a minute. I got to get back to normal here. We need to. Okay. All right, Nikki. I want to thank Nikki for being here. I'm going to be very random, Nikki. Thank you, and I'm going to choose randomly who I have here. Gosh, we have so many people that want to come up live. I saw Jessica in here, so we're going to do Jessica. We'll do Jessica first. Jessica's not there. I guess we're going to do somebody else. Down the list here, I'm going to do Mermaid. Mermaid's next. And we're going to welcome Mermaid to Encounters. Hey, Mermaid. Good to have you with us.
Good. How are you?
Good. Nice to have you with us. And tell us where you're located.
I'm in Florida.
Oh, great. And what would you like to share tonight on Encounters?
So I've had a number of strange experiences throughout the course of my life, and I've grown up from a very religious background. So the whole idea is that I've been raised with is no religion, none of that, anything, no aliens, and I just can't make sense of some of these strange experiences. Some of them do sound very similar to what I've heard other guests mention on your previous show, on your other shows. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about some of that. So, like, for example, one of them, I was a little kid, and I shouldn't be able to remember this, but I do. I lived in Colorado, and I had kind of a walkout basement. And one day when I was about 2 years old, I walked out, and I didn't think anything of it. And all I saw was someone reached out, held my hand, and we walked off. But I didn't know this person, but they seemed so familiar to me. And then I came back, and I felt like it was such a short amount of time, and my parents were freaking out, and my dad had come home from work, and he'd never ever come home from work for anything like this. And it was nighttime, and I guess they called off, like, there was a whole search party, and I asked him, like, they were asking me, "Oh my gosh, where have you been? Where have you been?" I'm like, I was only gone for a moment. You know, what's the big deal? But now that I'm an adult, I think about that same house, and there's no way I could have unlocked that door. I could have
Hmm.
reached up and had the upper body strength to slide open the
Right.
sliding glass door. You couldn't unlock it from the outside. So that
Now,
was really strange.
that's when you were 2 years old. Now, when that thing opened, there was a physical hand that was holding you.
Yeah, they offered their hand to me. Yeah.
They, when you say they, were there some sort of space people that were there?
Yeah, it was very non-human. It was familiar. It felt very like ancestor, like grandparent type. They seemed very familiar, but I don't remember, you know, catching any of their names or anything like that. I know that they were just a little bit taller than me, but
Yeah. So if you had to say a little bit tall, how tall are you?
well, now I'm 5.5 feet.
Right. So when
Yeah.
you were little, they were. So these beings, these space people, were they
Well,
like 5 feet, 6 feet?
I come from a very tall family, so I would say they were, you know, compared to the adults in my life, who haven't grown since then. This being was probably well over 6 feet, maybe 7.
Wow.
Yeah,
And were they? Did you get any guess of them like wearing any kind of like a uniform or spacesuit?
there was fitted clothing, and
Fitting clothing. Okay.
they were very lean. And again, like I come from a tall, thin family.
Right.
So this wasn't abnormal to me. I'm of Norwegian descent,
Right.
so like
Okay.
the whole blonde hair, blue eyes thing, like that is very normal to me. So I didn't think twice about it.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I mean, you fit the bill. That's totally fine.
Right. You there you go. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's when you were two. Was that your first physical encounter or visitation?
Yeah, that's the first one that I remember. And then after that, I moved around a lot growing up, and I moved next to this house that was built in the late 1860s, and or I'm sorry, it was like the late 1800s, and
Okay.
there were a lot of strange things about this house. There were like hidden compartments, and on superhuman days, I'd try to open it and I couldn't quite open it. So I
Hmm.
would try to share this with my mother, who, you know, we'd just moved in. And I was like, oh, you know, this is so cool, like a secret passageway. You should come check it out. And I could never
Yeah.
get it to open when she was around, but I could open it when my younger sibling was around. And
Wow. Interesting.
yeah, yeah. This house had like skeleton keys that came with the house. The basement was had a very strange aura to it. And yeah, so none of my family members would go down there. It had like a storm cellar, and you could walk out with the steps. You know how they have the tornado alley type.
Right.
You know, and so that was I thought, well, they won't go down there. I have the perfect hideout as a little kid. This is awesome.
Right.
I
Right.
was
There you
probably
go.
I was probably like 9 years old or so in this house.
Hmm.
And strange things happened in the radio when I lived down there. And I would try to listen to the radio, and sometimes I could get radio stations, and then other times strange sounds came on, and it just really bothered my younger sibling that
Yeah.
and they're only a year younger than me, but it bothered them so much that they would start getting physically ill, and they would just have to like
Wow.
exit entirely. And
Hmm.
you know, it didn't bother me. There was something kind of weirdly comforting. I don't know, white noise. And
White noise. Huh.
yeah, and I'd say, "Oh, what do you think they're saying? Like we're probably picking up halfway between radio stations, whatever, you know." And how little kids do. We didn't have video games or anything like that, so
Yeah.
we just made it up. And then while I lived in that house, I've always had very vivid dreams, but at
Hmm.
this house, I remember I had a lot of very vivid dreams, and one night I could have sworn there was like a green light that came in through my window,
Hmm.
and I was taken through the window. The window didn't even open. I just was taken.
You were taken by a green light onto a spaceship.
Yeah, yeah. And I lived in town. Nobody saw anything. Nobody remembers anything. And when I woke up, I was in my body, but my room was so small in this house that there was a twin size bed and a very small chest of drawers, and there was nothing else. You couldn't fit anything else, or you couldn't open the door. And when I woke up, I was perpendicular to my bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, with the door closed. And apparently I hit the floor and just screamed in my sleep. And my brother, he said in that house, he'd see things in the backyard and he couldn't make sense of it. And I was like, oh, like a neighborhood dog, we should adopt it. And he said, no. This was like a really messed up coyote with rabies or something. There was something out there, or somebody was walking around our backyard. I don't know. And I thought, that's so strange. But I had many dreams like that when I lived in that house, and abruptly we moved again.
Yeah, you moved again. So when you moved from that, now I want to get back to this green light. So you're taken off planet onto a spaceship, then you're dropped abruptly back into the room.
Yeah.
Did you see? Now this is the interesting thing. Do you think there's a relationship with that? And when you were 2 years old, this person, the space person that was tall, holding your hand, do you think there's a connection between?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was 2 years old, I remember going with them. I lost a lot of time because when I came back, it was dark. It was night out. Clearly I'd been gone for many, many hours, but I apparently had a lot of like wise things to say. My parents don't remember exactly what it is. They struggle with memory, but they have no idea. And now they used to talk about that time when I went missing. Now they don't mention it at all, and they don't even remember it. None of my siblings remember it either. So when I meant the time when I was 9 and I was taken up, I remember being brought up. And again, I remember seeing these characters, and they looked similar. I mean, I don't know, Nordic, I guess, like
Nordic
of the pictures that I've seen.
So when you were put on the ship, you saw Nordic space people?
Yeah, and
Interesting.
They had me lay down, and I've seen on other, sometimes it was your show or other shows, and they have like these medical beds, right, where they scan, and they did all of that to me, and it didn't hurt. Everything was fine, and then they send me back, and they did this.
And what year did this happen? By chance, for our audience watching this,
this was right around, like, I'd say 2000. 2000,
year 2000. Okay.
Yeah,
or near 2000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So again, grew up in a very religious home, and know anything. And I asked my brother, because he came running in when I hit the floor and yelled out. He came running in. He woke me up, hit my head with the door, and I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And he said, "You woke me up. What are you doing?"
What are you doing, right?
He said at the time that he noticed one of the street lights. He assumed it was the street light turn from yellow to green, but it was at the back of the house, not the side where it was coming in.
So
but he said he did see the green glow.
Now, do you think the green glow of the ship was really low to where your house was at the time?
Yeah, it was like right outside my window.
And how big was the green light? If we give our audience a perspective, how big are we talking about here?
Oh, maybe. I mean, it was very concentrated. So given how close they were, honestly, the light, I don't know, like maybe 2.5, 3 feet
Wow.
when it was coming in through my room. And then once I got through the window, maybe 6 feet total in diameter, maybe, just because they chose to take me up horizontally instead of vertically. I don't know.
And how big was the inside of the ship? Can you give us an idea? Was it bigger than what you saw on the outside?
Yeah, it was significantly bigger. I wasn't allowed to scope it out. I had to stay in the med quarters, and it was
Oh wow.
really dark. But the bed was like blindingly bright. It was like the whole bed
Wow.
glowed, and then there was a bright light on top of me, and I could see one or two people who were like at my bedside. There was one person in particular that was interacting with me, and they had a medical mask on their nose and mouth. So I assumed they were talking to me, but now that I think back, like I couldn't move. Otherwise I for sure would have like run away and like
What were
explored
you
the
on
rest
like?
of the ship.
Were you on a med bed, or like they call a medical bed, or some sort of a bed?
Yeah, absolutely. It was like a glowing rectangular block, and the whole thing just glowed. And you would think
Wow.
that would be really uncomfortable, but it wasn't. It just they said, relax. You're basically going to be sleeping, and that's the thing that caused me to remember all of this, because I thought, well, aren't I already asleep?
Yeah.
How can you tell me just relax? I'm going to sleep if I'm already asleep.
Well, if they took you on the ship, you were wide awake, you weren't asleep. When they take you on the ship, you're like right there with them. That's pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, and so I have had nonstop vivid dreams, and now as an adult, I have vivid dreams still. And when I do, I'm in this enormous ship, and you had a girl on, I think it was last night or the night before,
Yeah.
and she was
Yeah.
talking about this like glowing city ship and how enormous
Yeah.
it was. And when I go up there, I'm treated as a delegate or like a government
Yeah.
official. And
Yeah. From your
my
planet.
kids have,
Yeah.
yeah, my kids have been able to go with me. Now I have two daughters, and they've woken up suddenly, and they remember without me saying anything to them. I
Yeah.
just listen, and they say,
Yeah.
oh, you and me, we went to this place, we had to take a pod, and then we showed up. How they have those pods kind of like in these
Yeah. The pods.
yeah, and we take a pod and we go to this big city ship, and this is their words. They're small.
Oh,
They're
wow.
like 8 and 10. And they're like, oh, but once we got there, all these people started speaking in strange languages we didn't understand, but you understood
Right.
it, and you
You
were able to
understood it.
speak back to it, and then they had to take us away. So I wasn't allowed to have my kids with me. I could bring them to the city ship, but then they had to go to a type of daycare or something. And
Yeah.
I had a lot of business. So I was attending to all of these meetings, and I can tell you some of the languages sounded very Germanic. Some of them sounded really Polish, just this
Yeah.
heavy. And I could understand it very clearly. And so I've been all over the place, and I'm able to tap into other people's dreams, and they'll text me and they'll say, I had the craziest thing. You were in my dream. I'm like, I know. Or they'll go to tell me about a dream, and I'll cut them off. I'm like, don't tell me. Were
Yeah.
we hearing this and doing that and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, how did you know? I'm like, because I was there. I know. Like,
Yeah. See, your
yeah.
encounters, your things that you're sharing with the audience are very real. You've been there with them. You were taken on their ship. A lot of really beautiful things. Except, why'd they have you on the? Did they give you the option of the med bed, or did you have to go on the med bed?
No, I had to go. I was not given an option.
Was there
But
something happening with you physically that needed to be healed?
yeah, they said that they were healing something in me. Now, there's a lot of cancer that runs in my family, but it's not until later in life. And they said, we're just going to go ahead and splice this thing out. Don't even worry about it. It's not going to hurt. You're not going to feel it. And they just put me to sleep and handled it. But it was all done with lights and lasers. And they scanned me, and they were able to isolate something. There was something on my abdomen, it's like lower left abdomen, and then they turned me over, and I've woken up in the middle of every single surgery I've ever had in real life. And when they turned me over, again, they scanned me, and it was on my lower right side. And I remember just waking up, even though I was on a hardwood floor. My brother like bashed my head in because he's like trying to come in and rescue me. And he hit me with the door when he came in. I'm sleeping on this hardwood floor. Apparently I hit hard, and I had the best sleep of my life. I woke up on this hard floor and it was amazing. Are you still there? Uh-oh, I think we might have lost him. Commander, are you still there?
Yeah, we're just looking at my camera here. I'm just adjusting something. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Let's get this here. Hold on a minute. Okay, I just had to move some angles here. Hold on. So yeah, so that is interesting. So I think you definitely had an encounter with Palladians or some sort of star people. You said they were Nordic, which we got. And so it seems like it's consistent reality that you were definitely having contact. And have they verbally communicated with you telepathically?
I can't confirm that. There's always, I grew up religious, so I was always told that that's some god or some saint. But I have always had this like knowing, or it feels like voices that aren't mine, but I'm not diagnosed as schizophrenic or anything like that. Like I'm not crazy. It's just not mine. I'm just hearing other things. I don't know, but it could be them.
Yeah, I gotcha. So definitely, I think this story is very interesting. You're documenting it, which I think is really important to do. And that's what a lot of people are doing now. They're documenting their stories. And I think that for me, when I listen to every word, that to me is important. So you're already having the contact. You don't need to worry about that. You already are opened up for the contact yourself. Do you feel that you have the ability to be telepathic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. So there's nothing I need to do. You're already a star seed that is open. You're doing the right thing. You're communicating. You're having interactions. I think it's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to check in and see, I haven't really talked to anybody about this, and I just think it's I don't know, is it ghost? Is it I don't know.
No, not ghost. It's definitely extraterrestrial. And as you're telling the story about the Nordic, I heard everything you said. It's definitely and the green light and going on the ship. Yeah, it's definitely space people, space beings that are human. And when you were a 2-year-old little kid, when you talked about the story as a kid and your hand reached out, can you tell me if the hand had 5 fingers? How many fingers did the hand have?
That's one thing. I remember there were really long fingers.
They're really long.
Yeah.
Like when you say long, what do you mean long? Like longer than a human adult finger?
Yeah, longer than a human adult. Again, I come from very tall family, so like long, skinny fingers and hands. That's not unusual to me, but this was longer and skinnier than any of my family members. I remember that sticking out to me, but I was only about 2, so I couldn't quite count. I knew they had different hands than I did, and they had a different skin tone than I did.
And and they might, and then like the space people from different worlds might have a different skin tone, which would be obviously very natural if they do. I would think that is definitely something that would be possible. Wow, you have just a great story. And if you have any more contacts with the space people, matter of fact, you can actually communicate whenever you want to. If you are meditating for about 20 minutes, just spend your meditation focused on them, and I think you'll actually be able to communicate with them again.
Yeah. Okay. I
want to see you do that actually. Yeah.
I do have one other strange event, and it's been bugging me recently. I haven't thought about it in a long time. Moving around a lot, I just kind of push off to the side. all I wanted to do was just blend in and be normal. But when I was at this strange house with the green light and the late 1800s house, there, when I went to school, they had this person that suddenly abruptly came into the classroom, and I was about in 4th grade at this time.
4th grade? Okay.
Yeah, and this man just walked in, and the teacher didn't announce him. She was in the middle of a lesson. It clearly she didn't introduce him, and he didn't introduce himself. She instantly went from teaching the lesson to head down, walked straight to her desk and sat down and kept her head down.
Really?
And then, yeah, and the guy, he walked in and he said, pull out a piece of paper and a pencil. And he turned to the board immediately, drew a symbol. And when he did, he said, copy the symbol down. You can build off of it. You can leave it as it is. But I want you to write a very short story. You have 2 minutes, go. And so we, the whole class got to work. We did the thing. And then at the end of it, the bell rang or his timer went off, and we passed in our papers, and he left. And
left. He just totally left. He came in.
He just left. He didn't say goodbye. He didn't say thank you, nothing. He just left. And
was he somebody that was supposed to be there, or was it just random?
It was so random. It was so random. So we were talking to some of the other 4th graders who were in the class. There were about 4 different classes.
Yeah.
And he had visited only 2 of the 4 classes in the whole school, which we thought was strange. And
that's weird.
I also have to tell you, this was after we had taken fluoride treatments. So that was something that we had to do at our school. I think it was about once a month we had to take fluoride treatments. So after we'd taken a fluoride treatment, the guy came in, he did the thing, and he left. A few days later, some of the kids were saying that they told their parents about this and that they were very upset. Who is this man? What did he want? And they were trying to describe him, and they couldn't remember what he looked like. And so at recess, we were trying to talk about, you remember the guy? Oh, what did he look like? What did he look like? And when nobody could remember what he looked like, because I guess he walked in with sunglasses. He immediately faced the board, and then he went straight to looking at his stopwatch, and everybody got to work. So he had his head facing the chalkboard or looking at the stopwatch. And the times where he wasn't, we were looking at our papers trying to focus, and we had a time limit. Now he came back to the school, but he didn't come back to the classroom. And
really, where did he go?
My teacher got a phone call, and she said, you need to go down to this room, whatever. I was new to the school. I got lost, and I panicked. I got all turned around, and as I'm panicking, the guy rounds the corner, and he said, hey, were you coming to see me? Because I've been waiting for you. And I said,
my gosh.
I couldn't find your office. And so he said, oh, it's just down this way. So I followed him down. We went in, and it was a small little room that could fit a desk. I don't remember seeing any windows. It was basically a janitor's closet with a desk. And he said, okay, so do you remember I had drawn that picture and I asked you to write this little blurb? And he pulled out my paper, and I said, yeah. And he said, I want you to know I'm studying, and this really helps my research. I'd like to submit this as a part of my research. It's a scholarly article, whatever. Can I have your permission? I won't release any of your demographics. I'll data wash it. And I said, yeah, I don't care. And then he dismissed me. I came back, I told my friends about it, and they were like, oh, cool. But how did you get lost? Like, the school, you really can't get lost.
Yeah, you can't get lost in school.
You can't get lost in this.
How tall is this guy? How tall is he? Do you know?
He was well over 6 feet. Again, he was slender. He had pale skin.
Pale skin.
Yeah, piercing blue eyes. Super bright blue eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know that he was definitely a space person?
And that's why I don't know. That's why I wanted to talk
Yeah,
to you, because nobody could remember.
I'm getting information right now. I'm like really amped up. He was actually a space person. He wasn't from Earth. I don't know, but I think there's a connection again. Here you are in the school. Here's this tall person that's doing all this weird stuff. Now, a normal teacher would not do something like this. He comes into a classroom, folks. There's a whole bunch of kids in the school, right? What grade was that?
4th grade.
4th grade. He comes into the room. He has you do this thing for 2 minutes, then he leaves. Now, was there a teacher already in the room?
Yeah, she was in the room. She was in the middle of a lesson. And the moment he walked in, she stopped everything mid-sentence and just put her head down, walked over, sat down at her desk, and kept her head facing the floor.
Now, that's really interesting. As if she was guided to keep her head down while this person who's not from Earth is in your room doing a 2-minute thing. Then you go into a room and follow him and find him in this other room, like a janitorial room, and he's there with you. He'd been waiting for you. That all makes sense. He was wearing Earth-based clothing, but he wasn't from here. He was from outer space.
Yeah, and he was wearing a suit, like a gray suit that looked like it was from nowadays. Like now I see men's fashion and it's okay. But it was extremely fancy for the middle of nowhere.
No, he definitely was a space person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm tuned in right now. My mind is like tuning into every word you're saying. This guy was definitely not from Earth.
Yeah. I thought the whole thing was really strange.
Space people that are star people, if they come off a ship, they can dress in our clothes, walk around, but the difference is you knew the difference by looking at him that he wasn't a regular human being.
Yeah.
You knew that.
Yeah, instantly. Yeah. But now, after watching Will Smith's Men in Black with the suits and the sunglasses, I remember the kids talking about the sunglasses. I saw his piercing blue eyes and he had super black hair.
He wasn't a man. He wasn't a man. He wasn't a man in black. He wasn't an MIB. He was a space person.
Yeah. But I got lost. I couldn't find his office, and that really bugged me. So, like a month later,
he really didn't have an office. He had no office.
No, like a month later, we were following our teacher somewhere, and when we did, we came across a corridor, and the teacher said, "Oh no, we don't go down that corridor." And I said, "That's it. My friend and I ran down there, and I was like, "That's where his office was. That's how I got lost here." And we looked all around. The chairs were on top of the desks. It was dusty on the floor. There were no footprints. All the doors were locked. It was abandoned.
Was this the place you went to when he was there?
Yeah, that was the place that I went to when he was there. And it was completely abandoned and entirely dusty, spider webs all over the doors. Like, there's no way to go in or out.
Now, so it was absolutely clean when you got to that, when you were going to visit him, everything was immaculately clean, correct?
Yeah.
That is unbelievable, folks. She goes into the situation, goes into this room. He's in the room with her alone, and he's tall. He's got the piercing blue eyes. Yeah, he was from outer space. Now, whatever happened when he, and the people say we never go down that hallway. The hallway, when you went to it again, looked like it was all dusty. Chairs were there, like no one's been there for a long time. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, definitely space. He's definitely a spaceman.
Yeah. Mish, I see I'm 34. We didn't get fluoride treatments. She has to be older. No, I'm 33 and I received fluoride treatments. Yeah.
Hey, Mermaid, I want to thank you for sharing the story. I want you to keep us in tune with what happens. I want you to, a matter of fact, I'd like to do something for you here, but you're in tune. The only thing you need to do is just when you meditate, imagine the spaceship again, and I want you to ask questions like, are you, the person that I met, the space person I met, can you tell me what your name is? Can you tell me, are you a Christed being of light? Ask questions and then see if you get any answers coming back telepathically. I think it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
well, that it really helps
man.
to get confirmation because I felt really crazy and I haven't shared any of this with anybody because it sounds
Really?
wild, doesn't it?
Well, you know what? On this show, you're asking the right person because I've been a contactee. I have a lot of background in this. I work with the Ashtar Command, which is my cosmic family. So I have a lot of layers of cosmic knowledge here. And it's very, very interesting. I appreciate it. Yes, it was definitely a human space being of some sort. I don't know where they came from, but you can ask those questions in your meditation. And I believe you'll get responses if you ask the questions.
Yeah, well, I absolutely want to figure out where they're from. That's the
Yeah.
curious thing about
Well,
it.
you can do that. So when you meditate, like anytime this week at night or whatever, take time in a space to be alone, go into a meditation state and what I call a Christ conscious state of meditation, and say, I wish to connect with you. Are you a Christed being that I saw? Were you a Christed being of light? From what planet you come from? Can you tell us what planet you come from? Ask a lot of questions and see what the response is telepathically.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
that. And if I get any kind of response, I'll be sure to
Yeah.
check back.
Oh man, this is a great. I really enjoyed the interview. Thank you so much, Mermaid. You've been a great guest. What's your first name?
Jess.
Jess. Nice to talk to you, Jess. Welcome to the show, and
Yeah.
we're just so happy you were here. Thank you for sharing. Everybody
Yeah.
loved it.
Thank you.
Everyone
All
give
right,
her
you guys
round
have a
of
good
applause.
night. Thank
All
you.
right, we have a lot of people in the queue here. Let's see here. Who am I going to take up next? Wow, we got so many people. I'm going to bring up Hope. I'm doing everything randomly tonight, so we're going to bring Hope up here. And Hope has been around with us before. Hey, Hope. How are you doing?
Good.
Oh, great. And we've had some great interviews tonight. Yeah, there's a lot of noise behind you, like the TV or something.
Yeah, I'm going outside.
Okay.
So I got two things. One, I wanted to tell you a little story I had.
Okay.
I sit outside every night. I'm like devoted to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I talk to them. And but one night I had come outside, and there's a tree by my house,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like a big light behind the tree, and it was lower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm like, what is? I thought, okay, it's a big firefly or something. But it came around the tree, and it was a bigger like light. Like I don't even know how to explain it.
Right.
And it went over my house and grew into like a big white light, and just
Well,
like
if it-
just and went and just went off.
Well,
It
you
was
know
the
what?
craziest thing.
Well, it could be a spaceship. So when we say spaceship, from an intelligence from another planet, what you say is a small light, right? It's small. They can
Yes.
expand their light to a big light. Now, if it really want to expand, it could get as big as like 2 football fields or 1 football field. So from our understanding, we're wondering, how is that possible? How could it be possible that all that's happening? Because it's out of our reach to understand how that works in consciousness. So it could be a living ship that is expanding, like a multi-consciousness of space people that are expanding and contracting that light. And that could be certainly something it's doing.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Like
Yeah.
because it was weird because I say a little thing. I say like every night when I come out, like I am a Christ being light, and only the Christ being the lights for who I would like to contact. No negative allowed. And I just say this little thing with it. Excuse me. And it was right after I finished saying it, the light appeared.
Yeah. See?
So it was very cool.
I think there's a reason for that. And again, there's so many things you can do with that. So obviously there's a connection with this light that you have. I would focus on that in the next few days and meditate. And I think there's a conscious communications that you specifically can possibly have. And I think there's an intelligence behind the light that I think is trying to contact you.
Well, it's funny because the first time I ever came on your show, the first ship
Yeah.
I saw was like kind of a light ship.
Yeah, see?
So,
I remember that.
But my second thing was, now that we're talking about that, I was hoping you might be able to help me with that, like what you do.
Okay, you want
Help
me
me
to...
remember, or help me to
Okay.
like contact them a little easier, you know?
Yeah, I can do that for you. So I want you to do something. Can you bring your camera on?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, we're going to do this. It's better for me to do it. I can do it this way, but it's much better when I have the person on camera. Okay, very good. Hey, Hope, good to see you. So what we're going to do is I want you to close your eyes without falling anywhere on the ground.
All right,
We
I'm
don't
going
want
to
that
sit down.
happening.
I'm going to sit down.
Okay. All right, so I want you to close your eyes. The Astro Command has gifted me with the ability to do a lot of things. I've helped people with abductions, with implants. I've also now been activated to help people remember certain things, which is kind of new for me. But I love the idea that I can help you open up the blockages in your consciousness. So as you close your eyes, we're going to do something here. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a few deep breaths. I want you to breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils about 3 or 4 times. And then we're going to do this thing here. And when you feel relaxed, let me know.
I'm good.
Oh, good. All right. So as you're relaxed now, I'm going to take my palm of my hand. This is the thing. For people that don't know this, I have the activation through the palm of my hand, and I will shoot the energy out remotely to wherever it is around the world I need to do this. So you're going to see this for the first time. For some of you, this is going to be something that's going to be amazing to you. My space father gave me the ability to do this recently, and they watched the show from the spaceship with a monitoring screen. So as we're doing this, I'm going to put my hand above my camera here. I want you to keep your eyes
Do
closed,
I keep my
please.
eyes closed? Okay.
Yes, keep your eyes closed, please. And for those watching this, you might want to stick around to see what we're going to do. And we're not a salesman. I actually do this. I am not from this planet, and everything I do here is real. And people that watch my show every day or every night know that I can do these things. Okay, I'm working above your head area. We're going to work on your consciousness. I'm basically focusing on your consciousness right now.
Okay.
And in a moment, you should be feeling something above your head, like an energy field of energy. Take your time, relax.
Yeah, it feels like a really tingly sensation.
Yes. What I'm doing right now is I'm working on your brain to open up your consciousness so you'll have clear communications, no blockage whatsoever.
Excellent.
Yeah, GR1MV, we took that grim person out. Hey, Papa Smurf. NMK has a question. Go ahead while I'm doing this. Lonnie, welcome. Okay, I'm going to shoot a beam of light into the forehead. We're going to completely activate you, and you'll be able to meditate. And when you meditate, you'll be able to ask questions telepathically. Like as we're speaking verbally, you're going to be doing this through your consciousness.
Excellent.
You should feel something, an energy field around your head right now at the moment.
Oh yeah, I can definitely feel something.
Yeah, I'm actually sending some energy into your brain area to realign it and open up the blockages that you've had. Okay, you can open your eyes now.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, I've completed what I needed to do with your consciousness, and you should be able to communicate now.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Commander. I appreciate it. I always
you're
love
very
coming
welcome.
up here and saying hi. I hope everybody's
I'm
doing
glad you
good
did.
too. And send everybody
Well,
some love. I know you got other people, so you can just shoot me down. And I
well,
thank
I
you very
want you
much for
to.
helping me out tonight.
Oh, my pleasure, and you'll be able to gradually start communicating with the space people that you're connected with.
Excellent. I greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate you too, Hope, and we're going to bring her down. And thank you for being on the show. There we go. So for people, Mermaid Ash says, I got a story. Mermaid Ash, we're going to bring Mermaid Ash up. And before I do that, I want to just say that for people that are new to my show, I'm a contactee from the 60s, just to give some background. With the Astro Command, I had space people in a spaceship in a cul-de-sac that I went up in my brother's room and watched them when I was a kid, preteen. And that was my first contact experience with the space people. As a matter of fact, I have to set my goals again here. Oh, what's going on here? I'm just going to set my goals here. Okay, let's do this here. All right, I just set my goals here. So I'm a contactee since the 60s. I've had many spaceship sightings. I've always had positive contact, nothing negative. As I got older, I became much more aware of my connections with my star family. And so I'm a starseed. I'm also a talk show host for 21 years on WESU FM NPR Pacific Radio. I have a wealth of background in the subject here, and I'm the right place to come on Encounters, the No One Spiritual UFO Talk Show here on social media. Let me see here. I'm going to Tar Ruby Rubio. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the first gift. Half Pine, thank you for the roses. Thank you, Rubio. Thank you for your first gift. And let me see the mermaid person. Where is she? I'm going to bring the mermaid person up if I can find her. I'm going to go backwards here. Thank you, Hope. The mermaid person. Oh, yeah, there she is. I'm bringing you up now. We're going to bring up the mermaid person, I think. It says, I got stories. Mermaid.ash. And it's a little after 1 here on Encounters. Welcome to the show if you're just tuning in. Sending my love out to all the people all over the planet Earth. Hey, Mermaid, welcome.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
I've definitely had a couple different stories for you.
Okay.
So, as a child, I grew up in Nome, Alaska.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen the documentary movie of The Fourth Kind or know anything about it.
A little bit, not all of it, but some of it. Yeah.
So when I saw the movie myself, it shocked me to my core, because in the movie, all the people are talking about a reoccurring dream.
Mm-hmm.
And as a kid, my dream was reoccurring, but it was very different than theirs.
Okay.
And then as I moved to Hawaii, I no longer had those reoccurring dreams. I
Wow.
had them so often as a child and very young that I was actually afraid of the color green.
Really?
Yeah.
And so it's interesting you said when you moved from Alaska to Hawaii, the recurring dreams stopped. I find it
Yep.
very interesting. Why do you think that was?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I
Mhm.
really don't have any idea what, how the connection was broken, or I don't know. I honestly, I couldn't tell you, but, it was a reoccurring dream of people coming into my house, making dinner with my parents. And it was this weird green soup, and they ended up like splashing it in my parents' faces, and then they all turned green. My parents turned green, and I jumped out of the house and got into the car, drove into town. I mean, I'm a kid. I'm talking like 4, 5, up till I was 7.
Wow.
And went into town in my dream, and everybody in town was green.
Huh. That's really weird. What do you think brought that kind of a dream to your consciousness?
I don't know, and that's kind of where I'm trying to like find a little bit more. I actually spoke to another friend of mine, and she's very much into like starseed and the I'm not sure how, if I say it correctly. It starts with an A. The word has slipped my mind. I know there's a library behind it and stuff too, but she's talking about, coming from Sirius, coming into this dimension through Sirius and possibly
I
other
thought
planets.
the one person mentioned let's see, NMK, Andromeda.
No, not Andromeda. It's an actual. No, it's not Anunnaki.
Arcturus.
It's the Akashic
Oh,
libraries.
the Akashic records. Yes.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know about the Akashic records. Yeah, tell us about that.
So I don't know a whole lot about it, and I'm trying to actually educate myself a little bit more on that. But it was just super interesting conversation I had with this woman recently, and she was talking about the different dimensions that we're in, and how the 12th gate is broken, and so we're on this recycling of people and all kinds of really just fascinating things. Because I'm always interested in learning what other people think, or theories and all kinds of stuff. I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah.
But here in Hawaii, when it wasn't even a year ago, I was looking right outside my front porch, and I watched a light rise up right out of the MacNut field across from me and then shoot off.
Wow.
My mother, who lives in Washington State, she was up in one of the small little towns up north, and was driving home, and all of a sudden there is a huge bright light, and you're talking, it's dark. I'm talking, it's 8:00 at night dark, and a huge light just lit up the entire town. And she said she was like driving and like started driving faster because she didn't know what to do, and it was scaring her, and then she kind of like stopped and pulled over for a second because she was so confused, and then it was gone.
It was probably a large mothership.
Yeah, I don't know. So I just wanted to come up and kind of share kind of the stories that I've encountered or dealt with or heard from like my mom, but I really feel my reoccurring dreams were probably because I feel maybe the entities or whatever could be a little bit more experimental with the smaller villages up in the top part of Alaska, where there's not a lot of people, but there's enough.
I know there's the Alaskan Triangle, which has been a place of many UFO activities in Alaska. Are you familiar with the UFO, with the Alaskan Triangle?
I haven't heard of the Alaskan Triangle, but I know that it's a hot topic for debate whether they see a lot of them more often
Yeah.
than not, you know. And then the other thing that's crazy too is in Hawaii, if you talk to pilots that fly from the mainland to Hawaii, one of the biggest spots that pilots actually see UFO is in between Hawaii and the mainland.
Really? There must be some sort
Yes.
of a galactic opening between Hawaii and the mainland. There's got to be something going on there.
Yeah, I would imagine so, honestly. I don't know if you saw that crazy documentary with the guys that were coming out in court saying that there was a real UFO that they had and aliens and stuff, when they actually said, you know, the US came out and said that there's a actual aliens now. Did you see any of that?
Not yet. When did that come out?
Oh, it's been a while already. It was sometime this year, probably the beginning of this year, but there was 3 whistleblowers that were in court. And they were talking about Area 51 and that how they actually have alien bodies there and things like that. It was
I believe that. Area 51
pretty interesting,
is
and it was broadcast on TV.
really, I'll have to check that out. I'm really going to have to do it. So, Mermaid, I want to thank you for coming
Yeah,
on
you
here.
are going
Your
to have to.
story is
It was very interesting because one of the guys was a pilot, and he was literally saying how being a pilot, he can't talk about seeing these things because they lose their job for talking about them.
Of commercial pilots especially.
Yes. So you'll have to look into it, but it was I found it extremely interesting, you know, when they were talking about it.
Wow.
But the pilot in particular was saying, yeah, Hawaii to the mainland is one of the biggest that they see them most of the time.
Wow, that's interesting. Hey, Mermaid, I want to thank you for being here. You're my last guest for the night. It's about 12 minutes after 1. We've been on here since just before
Sounds
11 Eastern.
awesome. Here in Hawaii, it's only 7 o'clock.
It's early there. So if you have anything ever come up and you see any sightings out there in Hawaii,
Yeah,
come back here and let us know. We'll be happy to hear your stories. All right,
absolutely.
everyone.
I definitely gave you a follow.
Okay, Mermaid, same here. I'm following you too. Want to make sure I'm following you. Let me get in
Have
here.
a great day.
You too. Yeah, I'm following you. So you're all set.
All
We'll
right.
take you down. I want to thank Mermaid for being here.
Thank you.
I want to thank everybody for being here. Great show tonight. This will be on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. Sometime tomorrow, we'll get it on there. I'm one show behind. The one show behind will be on there from the other night and this show. So then we'll be caught up here. I want to thank One Toyota for the gift. And definitely any other gifting you want to do now, please do. We thank you for all your support and everything on the show, the most #1 spiritual talk show. Rennie 20, I got a story for you later. Okay, Rennie, and matter of fact, tomorrow night we'll be live Friday night. So if you want to come on Friday night, Rennie, we'd love to hear your story. This is CmdrAleon. This is the Encounter Show. I want to thank all the new people, everybody follow me. You have to press the follow button, and this way you'll be able to know when I'm on. Please, thank you for all the people that made it possible. Brenna, thank you for the good night. Oh, that's great. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for being here at 114,000.5. Thank you. We appreciate you all here. Lisa, thank you. Everybody here. Linda, I have a story too. Linda, tomorrow night we'll get your story. We're going to be on after 11 p.m. tomorrow night. So we'll definitely get more stories here. I know there's a lot of you with stories that were in the queue, and we'll get to you tomorrow night for sure. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for the gifting, and be blessed. And remember, keep your eyes to the skies, because you never know what you're going to see.